Let's talk about the path forward for Democrats in 2018. We welcome Michigan Congresswoman Debbie Dingell tonight. Congresswoman, thanks for coming in.
It's great to be with you.
Hearing a lot of optimism on your side of the aisle heading into 2018. How are you feeling?
Well, I always hate to be Debbie Downer, but I'm always Debbie Downer, which a realistic approach. I think if the election were held today, there are a lot of people that weren't engaged last year that are engaged. But it's a long time between now and next November. And I don't think the issues are going to be about the president. I think they are going to be about the same issues I predicted to everybody 2 years ago when I said Donald Trump could become president. Their economic issues, their jobs, their pensions, their trade deals. By the way, Donald Trump came to Michigan and he said he was going to do something about trade. We haven't done anything yet. He said he was going to help those workers who worked a lifetime put money into their pension plan, and suddenly their safe and secure retirement's threatened. Nothing's happened on that either. Those are responsibilities we have, not as Republicans or Democrats, but as Americans, to working men and women in this country. Sure.
No surprise, some Republican Party leaders are labeling you guys as the party of no. Take a listen to this.
We are delivering on promises that we made. We have an accomplishment column that is very large, and the Democrats have nothing to run on. They've done nothing this year.
Your response to that?
Ron is my friend. I've known her since she was whatever, but I totally disagree with her. You know, my husband's in the hospital right now. I've been there for he's doing okay, but he's been in there for 10 days. I think that everybody agrees every American needs to have access to a quality, affordable health care. You don't know how many people have come in and talked to me while I'm in the hospital because they know who I am. Parents who are worried about whether their children are going to have access to health care. We are going to have 13 million people, because of a tax bill that was passed and not considered by both houses, are in danger of losing their health insurance. Premiums could increase by 10%. We need to work together so that we fix the problems. They're the ones that won't work with us. Those are serious problems to me.
So where are some areas of common ground? Infrastructure, is that something? What are you looking at as possible?
Well, infrastructure is one issue that I think, and it's not just roads and bridges and potholes, which are in very bad shape, but we should have broadband across this country. We need to, as we're talking about energy, electric vehicles, we should have an infrastructure. The Amtrak accident that we witnessed last week, recommendations were made 2 years ago that equipment needed to be installed. We need to accelerate that and save lives. I think there are a lot of areas that we can. I've said I'll work with the president on trade. I'll work with everybody and anybody to get pension legislation through. That's my job.
There's also an excited wing of your party that wants to talk a lot about impeachment. Let's take a listen to this.
Is impeachment part of the message for 2018 for Democrats?
It absolutely should be. When you talk to the base of the Democratic Party, you talk to the folks who are out there in the streets, the folks who are claiming #resistance, impeachment needs to be a part of the messaging if the Democratic Party wants to reach out to the people who are supporting it.
Are you on board with those who think that impeachment should be on the agenda in 2018?
I'm on board with those that think the economy needs to be the message. That we need to make sure every working man and woman's getting a better deal. So I think that people are trying to stir it up. If facts become known, if there's evidence that that should happen, but we need to make sure that we are going in a very detailed, thorough way of getting all of the facts that we need before you ever start down that kind of path. I think that for everybody, this election is going to be about the economy, and I think the reality is Democrats are going to have a message that's going to deliver.
Is immigration an area where Republicans and Democrats might be able to work together if the president's willing?
I pray. DACA is something that I know many of my Republican colleagues agree on. You know, if you were in Washington and you saw these young kids, I mean, I just would stop in the hall and say, "Are you here for DACA?" Kids would just burst out crying. They've lived here for years. They came to this country through no fault of their own. They're Americans. They're contributing to the economy. They're paying taxes. They're scared. We all agree we need to do something. I hope we do it before we try to pass a budget in January.
In our final moments here, you've been around this town long enough. What will it take to make it less polarized and to get both sides talking to each other rather than past one another?
Many of us agreeing that the American people, I think the American people are tired of partisan bickering. They want to see us get something done. And I think there are a lot of people like me. I sit on the Republican side of the House, talk to members. We got to work together for the American people. That's what we were sent to Washington to do.
Congresswoman, thanks so much for your time. Happy New Year and a speedy recovery to your husband.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.